With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, Trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. The North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Series, presented to you by Trak RACER, kicks off. Race number 6 this season right here at Richmond Raceway. That's right, the Rowdy Richmond Knights 180 on tap here tonight. Long night ahead of these drivers. 80 laps to the end of the first stage, and then a long 100-lap run to the end of tonight's official race distance. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from the trackside. 5-minute qualifying session already well and underway. We've got some times over on the speed chart, so what do you say we get rid of the track information and throw up those qualifying times to the left hand side of your screen for you? There you can see Morris Bogan going top of the speed charts with his Ford Mustang. Quick time so far in qualifying belongs to Bogan in that 36 machine, trying to snatch away the pump and dump pole award here tonight from Richmond Raceway. Last week we seen Tom Sinchek walk away with the checkered flag. Will we see our first repeat winner come this week, or will we see another fresh face in victory lane by the end of tonight? Small field here tonight at Richmond Raceway as the sun begins to set, the time begins to roll off of the stopwatch. We've only got about 2.5 minutes left in this 5-minute qualifying session. 12 drivers on the speed charts, with Isaac Shelley now taking the top spot. 22:42 is the fast time. Still a handful of drivers. It looks to be about 8 or so drivers left to get out there on track and lay down a qualifying time. Everybody going to chase after the fast Toyota Camry of Isaac Shelley, the 98 machine, sitting pretty at the front with his Premier Camry. Will anybody be able to take him off of the top of the speed charts? Sean Huff-Stutler, previous race winner, still yet to go out for qualifying. Mark Wright, as well as Dylan Walterman, Mark Dingman, Martin Morales, and Andrew D. Philippus in the 97 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. He's yet to get out there on track as well. So 13 drivers now make that 14 as Walterman breaks inside the top 10 with his first time lap. He's going to need to pick up about 2/10 if he's going to want to dethrone Isaac Shelley from snatching that Pump and Dump Clothing Company pole award here tonight from Richmond Raceway. And we've only got ourselves about 60 seconds left, so if you're not already out there on track, not already putting down a time lap, it's going to be hard-pressed to get out there and do anything of any significance here in these final 60 seconds. And Huff-Stutler going to break onto the speed charts. He's going to go 11th with his first time lap. Can he pick up on his second time lap to do anything with your pole sitter right now? The 98 of Isaac Shelley. And no, Huff-Stutler not going to be able to pull off a second time lap that's any faster. So that's going to be it. That's going to be all. Isaac Shelley walks away with the Pump and Dump Clothing Company pole award. We're going to step away from the track, brief commercial break, then head down trackside for your national anthem, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
drivers already rolling off of the starting grid. Bells beginning to toll in the background. You know the sounds. You know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the rowdy Richmond Night 180 right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, snatching the Pumped Up Clothing Company Pole Award moments ago, starting inside row number 1, inside the 98 Premier, Isaac Shelley. Morris Bogan will line up just to his outside, back in row number 2 here tonight, the 92 of Cody Reed, followed by the 22 of Gerald Duffin. James Watson, Aaron Cole back in row number 3, Max Fonner, Dylan Walterman in row 4, row number 5, 44 of Maurice Chameleon in the 53 of Dave Bush, Sean Huffstutler, and Ryan Ferraro right there in row number 6. Row number 7 looks a little something like this. Dakota Moniz, and William Downman, and that's going to be the rest of your running order. And we're going to kick it off real quick here tonight. Already to the starting box, and green flag flies that fast here tonight at Richmond as the sun begins to set. The drivers will begin to heat up the track here tonight. Everybody chasing Shelley after a good shot. Green flag. Shelley breaks away to almost a half a second advantage already here, coming to the close of lap number 1. Your top 4 drivers all nose to tail. A little bit of a mix-up back here with James Watson. Let's go check on the 39 Ford Mustang, ready to him side by side. Battle behind him, a corner. Fonner and Walterman going at it. Walterman up at the top of the speedway, trying to get himself up a few positions here. Fonner digging down on the bottom in that 51 Max Motorsports machine. That 8th position. No real battles, no real lead changes so far here. Isaac Shelley in a cool command at the front of this field. Cody Reed going to pick up a 1 position as Bogan drops from 2nd to 4th. Pace action here tonight from Richmond Raceway. You can expect some hard-nosed short track action all night long. The sun will slowly begin to fade. The lights will come on. Will the tempers stay cool? Or will we see a handful of drivers using those front bumpers here tonight? Close little action between, I believe, if I am not mistaken, that is Kralik and Bogan getting ready to go at it. 4th and 5th on the speedway. Bonner and Watson also battling for that 6th and 7th position. We'll take a look at this one right here as the 39 of Watson goes to the top of the speedway. Not going to get there just yet. He'll fall back into the clutches of a Walterman. Walterman going to dig on the bottom of the racetrack, try to take that position away, and Watson continuing to struggle on that high side. He's going to drop not just 1 but 2 more positions. A lot of action already here tonight. Drivers are moving around just a little bit. On the initial start. James Watson, the biggest loser so far here as far as the positions are concerned. He's down 4 spots. Dave Bush also down another 4 spots here. Looks like Sean Huffstutler's had a little bit of trouble. He's going to head to pit road. Onboard camera shot here with that 51 of Max Fonner running in the 6th position, trying to make up a position from Aaron Kralik. Kralik not quite able to step away just yet. Drivers searching for some lines here right up next to that outside wall. Got to be careful you don't overstep that boundary and pound that outside wall. Pancake the right side too early here tonight. Very long way for these drivers to go. A green flag pit stop should come somewhere around lap 35-ish is what we're thinking here tonight. Should be when these drivers going to get 4 fresh tires in some fuel. We'll have to wait to see if we run this thing on out to get to a green flag pit stop. For the time being, everything looks clean. Whoa! Everything looked clean and clear. Gerald Duffin in that 22, you can see him. We came on screen just as he was trying to save the car, almost contacted the outside line. A little bit slideways coming up on turn 2. He's going to catch it down the backstretch and keep it up underneath him. Fonner right there trying to capitalize and take that position away. And it looks like the trouble for Huffstutler has gotten worse here tonight. The 94 already pushing his machine back behind pit wall, back towards the hauler. The hood is up, and the crew members are pushing his machine, and it looks like Huff Stutler will end his night early here at Richmond. We'll jump around the track a little bit, trying to find some more battles here as the drivers at the front of the field begin to slowly step away. Let's go take a look at this battle back here towards the tail end of the field. We go to Moniz right there. Mark right, Dave Bush up in that 3-4 car mix. 97 of Andrew D. Philippus hanging in the background right there, just looking to pick up some pieces if he can. Front of the field starting to stretch themselves out a little bit. Isaac Shelley with a 6/10 of a second advantage over Cody Reed, who has just about a 1 second advantage over Morris Bogan running in third. Aaron Graylick right there in fourth. Bonner in the 51. Rounding out your top five. 75 of Dylan Walterman sitting in sixth. Gerald Duffin back in seventh. I'll tell you what, why don't we go ahead and let's jump around just a little bit, race fans. What do you say we jump? Let's go up here with Bonner again as we watch Graylick and Bogan begin to battle for that third and fourth position. Cody Reed trying to reel back in Isaac Shelley at the front. Multiple onboard camera shots here tonight from Richmond Raceway. The action is going to be heavy and fast. So we figured we'd get you some front row seats from inside the offices of these North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series drivers. Give you a little look at what they see and what it looks like from the seat of their pants while they're getting around this 3/4 of a mile track, upwards of 170 miles an hour at the time. These machines absolutely ripping up the pavement going down these straightaways. Graylick looking clean here tonight, no pun intended on that Tide machine. We love that Tide machine, man. I'm telling you, it gives me some flashbacks, the good old DW days down there doing the Icky Shuffle in Daytona. But right now we'll see if Graylick can get that machine back up into a podium position, and he's going to do so right there with the pass. Bogan got a little bit loose, and that's going to let Graylick capitalize. Fonner going to pick up some pieces and gain one position as well. Move Max Fonner and his Toyota Camry into that fourth position. The Max Motorsports driver moving up through the field. 3 positions already gained so far here tonight for Graylick as he continues his quest to the front. Gaps between your race leader beginning to diminish a little bit. We'll jump back here with Dakota Moniz running in the 13th position. Not too far off of Martin Morales stricken by the start and finish line, trying to run back down James Watson, who's dropped 5 positions from where he qualified here tonight. Watson qualified 5th, now running 19 laps into tonight's race. We've still got 60 to go in stage number 1. Who's going to take this stage win here tonight? Just one solo stage break. The drivers are trying to snatch some stage points, reassess, reevaluate their machines, get the crew chiefs and trying to fix on them, turn on some of the track bars and things of that nature to try to fix up the handling for them. And just like that, after reeling in Isaac Shelley, Cody Reed right here in this 92 machine, the F&C Tool or Die Ford F-150, reeled in Isaac Shelley to under a half a second, and then Shelley hit the afterburners and taking back off once again. The 98 has led every single lap so far. Oh, and we got a driver loose. Cody Reed losing it. Reed with a big slide out of turn number 4, back into the car, really began to step out. Luckily, he was able to jump out of the gas, let the thing slide for just a minute, and then head back in the right direction. So he's going to drop 2 positions now. Cody Reed going to recover and run in 4th. He's going to open up the inside of the racetrack for Walton, and now 75. Trying to get there. He'll be there by the time they enter turn 1. There it is, side-by-side battle. Cody Reed, Dylan Walterman going at it, 4th and 5th. on the speedway. Waltzman with the advantage on that inside line. He's going to come off of turn number 4 and take that position away. Cody Reed going to drop yet one more position after losing it a handful of laps ago off of turn number 4. And most people wouldn't think of Richmond Raceway as a momentum track, but when you get in trouble here at Richmond, not very long straightaways to recover and let the tires cool down and be a little less angry at you. And Cody Reed is finding that out on a first-hand basis here, dropping from second now all the way to 5th. He's got Morris Bogan closing in his Ford Mustang. And it's a who's who of the manufacturers up here at the front of the field. Isaac Chevy, Toyota Camry, Chevy Z01, Camaro 01 of Aaron Kralik now running in that second position. Max Bonner going to pick up third in his Toyota, then another Chevy, 2 Fords after that. What a race already here. Race fans already knocking on the door of 30 laps into tonight's race. Opening stages here tonight, going by fast, pounding the pavement, leading this field, stepping away from everybody. Inside of his Premier 98 Motorsports machine, Isaac Shelley looks well and clear, 1.2 second advantage as he passes the line this time around to begin lap number 28. Out of the 180 scheduled in tonight's official race distance, stage number 1 will come to the close at lap number 80. Will we see him walk away with the Simbox Store stage win? Or will somebody find some long run speed and run down Isaac Shelley at the front of this field? Gaps beginning to open up throughout the entirety of this field. Let's go back and check out one of these closest battles. There you can see right there, Cody Reed battling to keep that 5th position. He faltered a handful of laps ago, still trying to recover here, and it looks like the tires still may be a little bit upset on that 92 machine. Now to the inside goes Bogan, looking for that position, not going to get there just yet. Mark Deeming getting by Mark Wright. A lap or two ago to take over that 15th position. We've got more drivers in trouble. Looks like it's 77 of William Downham. Also in trouble here tonight. Downham down the pit road, and his hood is up, and they are pushing that machine behind Pinball as well. So yet another early retirement here tonight from Richmond. Everybody still chasing your pole sitter, Isaac Shelley, who has led the entirety of tonight's race so far, clean and green through the first 31 laps of tonight's Rowdy Richmond Nights of 180 right here in the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. How about this 44 of Maurice Gamillion right here, doing a heck of a job in his late Apex machine. 44 hanging tough right around that 8th position, trying to run down Gerald Duffin. There you can see Duffin in that 22 just off in front of him. Will Gamillion be able to make up the position and take that spot away? We'll take a look over the hood of the 44 here, taking a look at the tail end of that 22. You can see somebody already into that rear deck lid, into the back bumper, right side. Little beat up right there on that 22 of Duffin, and I don't think it's going to be that much the trouble as far as the aero is concerned, but you never quite know if you're going to end up with a cut tire at some point in time from some sheet metal being crinkled up here tonight. We'll try to jump around the track to a handful of more battles. What do you say we go back here, check out James Watson, Dakota Moni's going at it. They are right there running with Dave Bush for the time being. Let's go back one more time, take a look at these guys battling it out. Even though that 39's got some significant damage on his right side, he's able to make up some spots here. Watson dropped almost 10 positions at one point in time. He's slowly beginning to make his way back up through this field. He'll drop a spot to the 53 of Dave Bush, the previous race winner, slowly but surely getting himself back to where he started from here tonight. Bush qualified in 10th, now running in 11th. Martin Morales just off in front, about 1.8 seconds out in front to get to a top 10 position. So these drivers going to have to sort things out very early here and very quickly. And well, we're proved wrong already. We said it was going to be about maybe 35 laps or so before these drivers had to come to pit road, and well, they're working on lap number 37 this time around, and nobody to pit road just yet. Race leader at the front of the field, no problems, but he's got lap traffic in his sight. Let's go on board now. Let's take a look out of the cockpit of your Pump and Dump Clothing Company qualifying award winner, the driver that has led all 38 laps so far here tonight as we get close to the halfway point in this opening stage, and he closes in on I believe that is the 55 of Mark Wright just off in front of him. Mark going to be in danger of being listed the first driver one lap down here tonight. 19 drivers to the track for race number 6 here in the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. We have still got ourselves 16 drivers out there on the track, 16 on the lead lap, but that's going to be short-lived. Looking to the outside now is Shelly. Shelly trying to take and put at least one driver one lap down, and going to do so with a fair amount of ease. Big gap now developing, 2.5 second advantage for your race leader, Isaac Shelley. Back in second and third, Max Fonner able to pick up the pieces and grab a position away from Aaron Kralik. Kralik going to drop from second now to third. Continue to round out those podium positions, but he's starting to lose a little bit of touch with Fonner in his Max Motorsports Toyota Camry, and it looks like the Camrys are the class of the field for the time being. We'll have to wait to see how it all plays out when the lights begin to come on and that sun begins to set. Which one of these drivers, which one of these teams, which one of the crew chiefs have got the remedy that their drivers are going to need to stay fast all night long? We're going to jump a little bit further back through this field as drivers begin to make their way through some of the lap traffic. Let's go back here. Let's check out this little scrum that we're going to see begin to come to fruition. Morris Bogan, Maurice Gamillion right there. Cody Reed, Gerald Duffin. There's Ryan Ferraro. Ryan Ferraro in that 6 machine, running in the 9th position. There you can see him coming into the picture. That's a nice looking Mobil 1 black in, is that a fluorescent or a lime yellow? I don't know what color that is, but that thing looks pretty sweet. Everybody's still chasing your pole sitter. Isaac Shelley has led every single lap here tonight, not worried about anything but dominating through this field. The gap to your race leader, Shelley still leading by 2.3 seconds. Fonner with almost a 2-second advantage over Aaron Braley, who's got himself a 1.5 second advantage. So things starting to stretch out as we reach just past the halfway point here, this opening stage. Tell you what, let's go back here. Let's watch this battle. Things starting to heat up between Dave Bush, James Watson, and Dakota Moniz right there. That fine machine looking to pick up the pieces if he can, if there's any pieces to pick up. Moni's going to be right there to snatch those positions away. Riding on board now with that 39 of James Watson as he's trying to run down the man in front of him. Dave Bush in the 53 has been to victory lane so far once this season. Only single-time race winner so far. Ryan Birch, Sean Huffstutler, Tom Sinchek to victory lane last week at Auto Club. Dalton Tucker as well as Dave Bush have been to victory lane, and we're seeing a handful of drivers not in the field here tonight. Sinchek not here to try to go back-to-back race-winning performances. As we heard from Sinchek last week, it was going to be one of his final races with the league. Some real life things coming up in, well, you know, real life first as always. But we do wish Sinchek the best in his future endeavors. Hopefully we can see him back out on track here a little bit later on throughout the season. He said he's going to pop in from time to time, and when he does, you better watch out. You better look for Sinchek to be fast and grab a podium spot and really shake up the points as the season continues to move forward. Close battle still going on right here as James Watson was able to pick up that position from Dave Bush. Dakota Moniz right there. Now looking to the inside on Dave Bush. Moniz wanting that 12th position, and he's going to pick it up off of turn number 4. They go back across the stripe. Advantage to the 5 on the bottom. Let's jump back inside your top 5 here. Battle on the racetrack. Aaron Graylick in the 75 of Dylan Walterman going at it. 3rd and 4th on the speedway. Your top 2 drivers, they have absolutely checked out. Isaac Shelley knocking on the door of almost a 3-second advantage. But Max Fauner right there with almost a 5-second advantage over his competitors. This battle right here unfolding before our eyes. 3rd and 4th on the racetrack. Graylick going to go to the bottom and keep the momentum. A little bit of a moment there for Walterman on the high side. The 75 going to give up a little bit of time and a little bit of ground. Now that's going to leave a little bit of racetrack open for Morris Bogan. Bogan going to slowly close in his Nike 36 Ford F-150, trying to just do it here tonight. Get to the front and walk away with a great finish. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. Less than 30 laps remaining here in our opening stage. Let's go back once again. Let's go back to another battle. Dave Bush, Andrew DeFilippis going at it. Bush losing a handful of positions over the past 5 to 6 laps or so. He's dropped all the way from the 10th position, now back to 14th as Andrew DeFilippis in the 97. There you can see him making his way by. Now DeFilippis will trying to set his sights on Dakota Moniz right there running in 12th. Martin Morales back in 11th. Rounding out your top 10 is James White in the 39 Ford. The Mustang, you can see him streaking by just moments ago. There you can see him now entering turn 3 and 4 out of the corner. Coming across the stripe, lap number 55, well and underway. Walterman and Graylick continue to go at it. What do you say we go back up here with this short little battle? And I tell you what, while things are stretching themselves out, while things are getting good, what do you say get a little closer to the track, heat things up a little bit? Here we go. Graylick, Bogan, Walterman, Gamillion, all lined up, all right there, running within striking distance. If one of these drivers makes a mistake, look for the other to capitalize very quickly here. Richmond has become a momentum track. If you get a little bit sideways, it's going to take you 2 or 3 laps to get the car back underneath you properly and get yourself settled back in. The tires, especially this year, seem to be a little bit of a struggle for a lot of drivers on this short track. Richmond has always been a tough, tricky little short track, and it's just getting a little bit tougher here as the lights, you can see them slowly beginning to cut on here. There it is, sun fading away, and we are down to just the last 21 laps remaining in this opening stage. Driver's going to have to reset, reassess, and rethink the rest of their race strategy here, because the green flag run much longer than what we anticipated here. We thought the fuel cell was going to be a little bit lower. These drivers doing what they got to do to keep themselves out there on the track. Lap number 60 out of the 80 scheduled in this opening stage. Already on the board now, just 120 laps remaining. Drivers pounding the pavement here tonight in the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series Big shout out to all the sponsors here with the NAISCC Track Racer Series. Butt Kicker coming on board as always. Butt Kicker, the future is feeling. Also want to give a big shout out to the Pump and Dump Clothing Company coming on board this season, sponsoring the pole position. Get your average Joe Duck Hunter enthusiast goods from pumpdumpclothingcompany.com. You can use code NAISCC for free shipping. They've got some exclusive gear over there for members of the NAISCC, so go ahead, check them on out. You can find the description down there in the link. Click down, scroll down. If you haven't already, head on over to Pump and Dump Clothing Company. Also want to give a big shout out to North Star Design, sponsoring a handful of races this season with that North Star 5. Graphic designs, logos, websites, and more. You can find samples of their work over at North Star Designs on Instagram or TW North on Twitter and Twitch. Whenever you need to stand out, remember to look to the stars. North Star Designs. We haven't had one yet, but the Simbox Store Caution Flag sponsor, or the Caution Flag sponsor, the Simbox Store coming on board this year. Also sponsoring the stage break is the Simbox Store, so drivers going to be ready to make the adjustments, make the changes by utilizing their button boxes to make strategy a reality in just a matter of moments, giving you the edge over your competition. You can get yours today. They've got a bunch of great products. I've said it before, really looking at that Diablo, really looking at the Stormtrooper number 2. Simbox Store, you really push our buttons. Battle still heavily contested right here. Max Fonner, Morris Bogan, Aaron Kralik, Dylan Walterman, Maurice Gamillion all going at it. Gamillion trying to take a position away from Walterman, not quite going to get there as Kralik has dropped from second, from third, and now runs in the fourth position. Fonner has stepped down to over a 6-second advantage over the 36 Ford Mustang of Maurice Bogan. Bogan running third right here. Dropped through the field for a moment. He qualified outside pole position in that second slot. Had dropped through the field a little bit, dropped outside of your top 5, and has since made a run back to the front once again. Bogan sits in third. Let's go back to this battle, your closest battle towards the front of this field. Aaron Kralik, Dylan Walterman, Maurice Gamillion all going at it still. Gamillion trying to get his 44 late Apex machine a little bit closer to the Alpine Star 75 of Dylan Walterman, trying to take that position away. Close, tight little battle. Another close, tight little battle outside of your top 10. Let's go check in on this 91 of Martin Morales. He's got a hot and heavy battle right behind him. There you can see 55 of Mark Wright already one lap down here, trying to keep himself up in the mix if he can. Second place runner Max Fonner right there knocking on the door, trying to take that position away, trying to gain some track position to get himself by the back marker. Martin Morales will now move to the high side and allow Fonner to go by. Isaac Shelley continues just to build and back on the gap at the front. There he is, putting multiple drivers one lap down. We're down now to just your top 10 left on the lead lap. Somebody has got to do something with this 98 Premier Toyota Camry. Isaac Shelley has come to dominate here tonight, leading all 71 laps so far. Snatched the Pump and Dump Clothing Company qualifying award, and he has set sail and hasn't looked back ever since. Big gap back to his closest competition, over a 4.5 second advantage right now. I'm telling you, Shelley, he's in a zip code of his own at this point in time. Drivers are going to need to rely on one of those pesky yellow flags, one of the caution flags here tonight, to try to slow down the dominating performance at the front of this field by Isaac Shelley, who's running 4.5 seconds out in front of this field. Go back, rejoin this battle with Aaron Kralik, Maurice Gomillion, Dylan Walterman right there waiting in the wings. 4th, 5th, 6th on the racetrack. Your closest battles here. Gerald Duffin in a battle. Around the 7th and 8th position, Cody Reed, Gerald Duffin going at it. How about James Watson and Ryan Ferrero going at it? 9th and 10th, swapping positions as well. You can see those two car battles just off in the distance. We'll take a look at them right there. Here comes 39 looking to the inside of the 6. Not going to quite get there. Ferraro able to keep himself out front for the time being. Watson, he wants to move a little bit further back up inside of the top 10, sitting in the 10th position for the time being. Let's go up, check out and watch the battle right here. 6th and 7th on the racetrack, or 6th and 8th, I apologize. Cody Reed, Gerald Duffin going at it for 7th and 8th. Both of these drivers are losing 4 positions from where they started here tonight. They started side by side in row number 2. In 3rd and 4th position, now they run 7th and 8th on the track, both down 4 spots. Cody Reed, Gerald Duffin continuing to mix things up. Let's jump back up here because the battle is beginning to heat up a little bit more. Aaron Kralik in trouble. Maurice Gomillion all over his rear bumper looking for a position. Tell you what, let's take a look back off of Kralik's machine. There you can see that late apex 44 diving down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to roll the center, and just like that, we'll have to change the cameras because there he goes. Bottom of the track right on by without any problems. Move Gomillion to 4th. Gomillion already stretching that advantage to 3 car lengths by the time they got back around the track one time. So indeed, the speed there for Maurice Gomillion in that late apex 44 Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Will Gomillion be able to make his way up to the podium spots by the end of tonight's race? It's almost all she wrote here in this opening round, this opening stage, as the 98 of Isaac Shelley works his way off of turn number 4. Will cross the line, and we should see the Simbox Store caution flag next time round, signifying the end of this opening stage. One and only stage break here tonight, brought to you by the Simbox Store. Down into turn 3, gonna come out and cross the line, and that will be the end of stage number 1. There it is, right there, your stage winner. Dominating performance here tonight, leading every single lap since the drop of the green flag. Isaac Shelley sitting pretty at the front of this field. No worries at all, as he has put multiple drivers 1 lap down. And there it is. There's that Simbox Store stage break. Caution flag gonna fly here. Driver's gonna begin to whoa up, slow up, and get behind the pace car. It's the Simbox Store stage break. Drivers will be using their button boxes to make the strategy a reality in a matter of moments. Get yours today. Get the edge over your competition at SimboxStore.com. Simbox Store. You really push our buttons, and I'm telling you, it'd be under my skin right now if Isaac Shelley was whooping up on me. I'd have to do something. Throw the kitchen sink at this machine. If you're Fawner, what are you going to do? What are you willing to change? What are you willing to risk? Still a very long way to go. Over 100 laps to go here tonight. So you got the opportunity for some very long runs. You don't want to over adjust, but you got to do something. I mean, you were over 4.5 seconds back. That is a big time disadvantage. You got to do something to try to close that gap. You got to do something different than the race leaders, and it looks like, how about Max Fawner going to make his way off of pit road in front of Isaac Shelley, and could that be the winning move right there. Could the pit crew just have saved the day for Fonner? I don't know. We're going to have to wait to see how it all shakes out. But under caution for the first time, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break and head back trackside for all your green flag action. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And we'll jump back trackside after one lap of green flag action. Max Fonner was able to keep Isaac Shelley at bay for the time being, but now Shelley moves his machine to the high side and grabs that top spot back. Power move on the outside for that 98 of Shelley put him back in control of tonight's race. That's going to give us two lead changes, two different race leaders. Only one stage caution flag flying here tonight. So we have been clean and green all night long here tonight from Richmond Raceway in the Rowdy Richmond Knights 180 right here in the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. And oh, we've got some trouble on the track. Looks like Walterman and Morales catch each other and have some contact, and that's going to bring out the caution flag for the first time here tonight. Let's go see what happened. Let's see if we can't catch this on the replay. Let's go and check out what happened here with Walterman. Coming down into the corner, looks like the car just got out from under him, and oh my gosh. Trying to avoid it, the car started to spin back the other way, and unfortunately for Morales, he's going to get caught up and involved in this one. What do you say? We take a look from inside of that 91 here. You can see Morales down into turn number one. Everything looks nice and clear, and oh, there it is. Just nowhere to go, not able to get the machine stopped in 91 with some significant contact. He's going to still be able to roll away from the accident. But look for him to have to head to pit road. They're trying to fix up that machine. Mark Wright already on the pit road with some damage. The 55 Chevy Z01 Camaro struggling a little bit here. Dave Bush also going to come down pit road. Fix up his machine. Dylan Walterman in the 75. He's also going to come down to pit road after that long, lazy spin in turn 1 in contact with the 91 of Morales. And, well, some drivers, they're going to appreciate this caution flag flying on lap number 91. Andrew DeFilippis going to pick up the lucky dog, and he'll move himself back onto the lead lap in 11th position. Question is, will he come to pit road and get those fresh tires and fuel? And, well, that's going to be answered, because there he is, making his way down pit road right now. The 97 of DeFilippis looking for a little bit of an advantage with a few lap pressure tires. But the man dominating here tonight inside of that Premier Toyota Camry, Isaac Shelley, man, getting the job done for the Premier Motorsports stable of drivers, leading almost every single lap here. I would probably say it was about 87 laps so far here tonight out of the 92 that this 98 has led. And with the sun completely out of the picture, the track going to depend on the hard-nosed racing action to keep the heat inside of it. Yeah, we all know short track racing. We all know short track Saturday nights at your local speedways. The lights go out. Temperature goes up. Gaps become smaller. Drivers' nerves get a little bit worked. We'll see who has the patience and perseverance to get into the checkered flag here tonight in the top spot. Everybody chasing the class of the field. Isaac Shelley showing the way. iRacing pace car lights going out. We will go back green flag racing. This time by front of the field will look a little something like this, starting in row number 1 for this latest restart. Isaac Shelley, Max Bonner, familiar faces side by side in row number 1. Back in row 2, Bogan and Gamillion. Reed and Kralik back in row 3. Row 4 will be Duffin and Ferraro. Watson and Moniz gonna make up row number 5 and round out your top 10. Dylan Walterman, Andrew DeFilippis, last 2 drivers on the lead lap. As the pace car ducks off, field works off of turn number 4 to the restart box, and here we go. Green flag flies once again at Richmond as Shelley shoots out of a cannon. Almost a half a second advantage for that 98 by the time they reach turn 1. Not much Bonner can do except secure that second position. Battle underway. 3rd, 4th, 5th, all over each other. There you can see Kralik in 5th, trying to make a move to the inside, trying to pick up that 4th position. And pin Cody Reed on the hard side. Not quite going to get there. Cody Reed going to need to take that 8th spot away now. The 92 Ford F-150 looking to make some splashes here tonight. Looking to work his way up through the running order. And into the outside wall goes Ferraro. We've seen a handful of drivers with some of that right side damage. Oh boy, hold on to it, Bogan. A little bit of landscaping action there from the Nike Ford Mustang of Bogan. Big mistake right there. Machine stepping out. Fortunately enough, he was able to save it and keep it out of that inside safer barrier, blocking off pit road on the front stretch, still struggling with the front end. And that 36 machine, Bogan, drops all the way from 4th to 9th. Great battles all over this track. Field still all over each other. Let's jump around while the game is good here. Gerald Duffin in the 22 machine sitting right there in 7th, trying to run down Ryan Ferrero. There's Maurice Bogan trying to make his way back up through this field all over the tail end of the 91 of Martin Morales. Morales listed off of the lead lap right now. 1 lap down. First driver 1 lap down in that lucky dog position marked right. The final run out there on the track right now in the running order, right being listed 2 laps down, sitting in 14th. And there it is. Drivers have crossed that 100 lap threshold. We are down on the downhill side. We're on the downhill side now. Isaac Shelley, dominating performance here tonight. Let's go to the front for your driver highlights and spotlights. Your mid-race rundown coming a little bit after the fact of the midway point here tonight, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and kick this up for you. Let's run down to your top 5. Isaac Shelley, driver out of Pennsylvania, putting on a show at the front in his premier 98 Toyota Camry. Shelley has led almost every single lap here tonight. He has walked away with the Pump and Dump Clothing Company qualifying award. Shelley pounding the pavement at the front, still sitting in first. The Max Motorsports driver out of Boston, Massachusetts, trying to get the job done here in his Camry. And oh, we got trouble! We got trouble on the track. A million sideways. That's going to catch up to 36. The 5 of Moni's also going to catch a piece of the action. Oh my goodness. Not quite sure what happened here with Chameleon. We caught it out of the back end of her eye. Let's see. Do we got that one queued up? Yeah, we got it. All right, let's go to the replay here. The Track Racer replay. Chameleon down into the corner. And whoa, car just steps out from him. He tries to catch it. Keeps it out of the outside wall. And oh my gosh, nowhere to go for the 6. Nowhere to go for the 36 or the 5. They'll all get caught up. They'll all be involved in this latest one. And just like that, let's go check it from Bogan's point of view. There you can see 36 of Bogan trying to, whoa, and just nowhere to go, right up the track, and he's going to catch that 5 of Moniz. Moni's involved in this one, and oh, big hit by that 55 of Mark Wright. Tail end of this accident here, and that's going to open up pit road once again. Your top 5 will stay out on track, though. Everybody else going to come to pit road. This latest caution called out at least 3 to 4 drivers, so multiple drivers going to be down on pit road trying to fix up their machines, massage the fenders back in place, and trying to give themselves the best opportunity at a good finish that they can. That's definitely going to mix things up here in your top running order, as Fonner did come to pit road. Cody Reed, Aaron Kralik, Andrew D. Philippus, Dakota Moniz, Maurice Chameleon, Ryan Ferrero, and Mark Wright all on to pit road. They'll lose a handful of positions here as we've only got ourselves about 77 laps remaining. So less than what we ran in the opening stage left here tonight, and still leading tonight, dominating fashion, is that 98 of Isaac Shelley. Dylan Walterman in the 75 machine. He's going to head down to pit road this time around, as this is the last opportunity to pit road will be open for these drivers at the front of the field. Shelley, Duffin, Watson will stay out. They'll have the top 3 spots. Bogan, Fonner, Reed rounding out your top 6. And as we get closer to the end of tonight's race, I want to mention the few upcoming races here with the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. We've got Chicago Land Speedway coming at you next week in the Chicago 225. That's going to be a Dash for Cash race as well, so look for the Dash for Cash to begin to heat up a little bit more. We've already had ourselves 2 Dash for Cash races at Homestead, and last week's Dash for Cash race at Auto Club Speedway. It will be the third Dash for Cash race of the season. Just one more after next week's race at Chicago. That's going to come up June 4th at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the Pump and Dump Clothing 225. So keep that one marked down on your calendar. But we're going to go from a short track to a big, wide open speedway, Chicagoland Speedway on tap next Saturday night, May 14th. And then we head way up north for a 1 mile short track race, the Max Motorsports 130 at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and then the crapshoot of them all, the Blazing Fast TV 226 at Talladega Motor Speedway, Super Speedway. That's going to be one crazy race coming up in 2 weeks. And on the gas, green flag flies once again here tonight at Richmond Raceway. All the fans in the stands, sold out, packed house. You could see them all hitting those cameras. Flash bulbs going off on the restart. Too wide for a moment. Kralik and DeFilippis going at it. Max Fonner trying to make his way back into second. Fonner utilized this latest caution flag. Come down and get some fresh tires, baby. This is the strategy he needs to get himself off track with your race leader dominating here tonight. Isaac Shelley. Fonner going to be able to slice and dice his way up through the field with 20 plus lap pressure tires. And already from outside of your top 5 back into that fifth position and hounding off of James Watson. Very fast. We'll look at this close little battle. Duffin and Cody Reed getting ready to go at it. Second and third on the speedway as Isaac Shelley loving what he, oh my goodness, the 36 in trouble. Bogan in trouble. He's going to catch it and keep it out of that inside safer barrier on the backstretch, but big trouble once again off of turn number 2 for the 36 Ford Mustang driver, Morris Bogan having trouble here tonight. Turn 2, really a big struggle for him and his crew. Kralik with a big moment off of turn 2 this last time around, and he's going to lose a handful of positions. Year 1 of Aaron Kralik with a big moment, and he's going to have to bring his machine down to pit road. So the tied 01 Chevy Z01 Camaro struggling just a little bit. And it looks like we've got more drivers with trouble. Now it's the 92. We're trying to listen to the radios out there, see if we're hearing anything about fluid being on the track, because it's been a handful of drivers out of turn 2 right in that same spot that have seemed to lose the back end of the machines. And we're not hearing any drivers out there claiming or struggling that or complaining that there's any fluid on the track. So it just looks like maybe the car a little bit too free on the front end of the run for a handful of these drivers. And Max Fonner, and we told you he had the strategy. He came to pit road under our latest caution. He's got himself 20 laps fresher tires. He's already made his way back into the second position. Last time by, he was 2/10 faster than your race leader. So the speed is there. Can Fonner get there? As Isaac Shelley checked out once again front of this field. There you can see that 98 well in front of the field. 3.2 second advantage for Shelley. Max Fonner right here running in that second position. Will continue the highlights and spotlights here now as we're back under green flag racing conditions. Dylan Waltzman and Gerald Duffin going at it third and fourth on the racetrack right now. Third belongs to Dylan Waltzman. Gerald Duffin, the 22 right there behind him, running in that fourth spot here. Andrew DeFilippis will round out the top 5, but he's got company beating down his bumper. Let's take a look off the tail end of DeFilippis's the Chevy Z01 Camaro, taking a look back at the Ford Mustang of James Watson, the RNR sponsored Ford Mustang, looking to break into the top 5. And how about giving this man some credit where credit is due inside of that Opel 97 machine. Up 12 positions here tonight, your biggest mover of the race. Looking for a handful more positions. Can DeFilippis break into a podium spot? By the end of tonight's race, we've only got ourselves about 61 laps remaining here in the Rowdy Richmond Knights 180 for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. Cody Reed was able to get by Ryan Ferrero for the 11th position. Now Andrew DeFilippis getting by Duffin down on the bottom of the racetrack. There you see DeFilippis utilizing that run on the inside, really able to get that 97 machine to cut through the center of the corner. He'll pick up yet another position on his quest to head to the front. DeFilippis moves to 4th. Big moment and into the outside wall for Dylan Walterman, and just like that, that opens the door, and DeFilippis walks right on through and into a podium spot. DeFilippis now takes over the 3rd position. The Alpine Stars Monster Energy 75 of Walterman struggling up in front into the outside. Last time around, that opened the door in turn 1 for DeFilippis. He said, "Thank you, sir," tip of the cap, and walked right on into a podium spot. Let's check out the gap at the front because it is going the opposite way. Reeling in your race leader, faster by 2/10 lap after lap is that 51 of Bonner. We gotta ask ourselves, race leader right here, Isaac Shelley, last to pit road on lap number 82 here tonight. There's no way he can stretch this thing on fuel all the way to the end. I mean, that's gonna be asking, 98 laps? Somewhere in that range. I mean, almost 100 laps. I mean, that's just absurd for a fuel run, but will Isaac Shelley somehow pull it off? Or will we be looking at a new race winner in victory lane here tonight? Will this 41 Max Motorsports Boston native get the job done? He came to pit road on lap 104 with less than 80 laps to go. We've seen drivers stay out the entirety of that opening stage that lasted 80 laps. So Fonner, he's got fuel. He doesn't have to come back to pit road. He can stay out on the track. But the big question is, can Isaac Shelley stay out there on track? Can he keep Fonner behind with 20 lap fresher tires? I don't know, because Fonner, he has reeled him in rather quickly here. The gap was over 2.5 seconds, almost 3 seconds at one point in time. Fonner moved into second and has set the sail, has split 3.7 seconds between him and third place. Fonner now has the gap down under 1 second. He is on his way. He will be there in a matter of laps. And what will Shelley do? We'll come back, check out that action here in just a brief moment. Let's take a look at the battles on the track. The 22 of Gerald Duffin mixed up with Maurice Gamillion to go to Moniz right there running in 7th. Moniz with a good run so far here tonight. He's up 6 positions from where he qualified. 91 of Martin Morales making some headway. He's up 8 positions here tonight from where he started in 16th. Morales now running in the 8th position. The first of 4 Fords lined up nose to tail on the track. Morales leads Watson, Reed, and Bogan. Race lead now down to just a half a second. Bonner is there and still a 10th faster than your race leader. So it looks like the fresh tires, the advantage those fresh tires have may be wearing out a little bit here on this long run for Fonner. I mean, it's one thing to get there. You hear it each and every Sunday night or Sunday, midday Sunday with the big boys of NASCAR. It's one thing to catch a driver. It's another to pass them. And I think that's going to play out at the front of this field. And I believe Fonner is going to be able to catch him and get within about 0.2 of a second. But how easily will he be able to pass the dominating car of tonight's race? I mean, absolutely dominating performance out of Isaac Shelley, leading 125 of the 132 laps here tonight. He has been absolutely lights out. It looks like a strategy call may be the race-winning strategy. Coming to pit road under our latest caution back at lap 104, almost 30 laps ago. Honor came down, topped off with fuel, got fresh tires. Where your race leader, Isaac Shelley, elected to stay out. He thought the best opportunity was to stay out. If we get a late race caution, though, things definitely going to switch up the strategies and change things around. But for the time being, it looks like we're going to get a long green flag run to the end of tonight's Rowdy Richmond Nights 180 right here from Richmond International Raceway. If you haven't already, race fans, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Show them you like the action out on the track that they provide for you week in, week out, each and every Saturday night. Show them some love and drop them that thumbs up if you haven't already. Go ahead. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. You know you want to. And as we've already mentioned, make sure you drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Whether you're just sliding in to say hey, or you are one of the dedicated fans, friends, family, maybe even one of the many sponsors across the many different leagues here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. We do appreciate each and every one of you. So once again, while you're here, while you're at it, while you're enjoying some great long green flag racing action, go ahead and drop these drivers that thumbs up. And we said it. Getting there is going to be one thing. Passing him is going to be another. Since Fonner has closed in to the tail end of Shelley, he has not been able to just overtake and walk away. So even with those 20 lap pressure tires, Fonner struggling to get that 51 Toyota Camry up in the top spot and take control of the race lead. Only two drivers to lead any laps here tonight, all at the front right now, 1 and 2 on the speedway. Andrew D. Philippus, that 97 machine with a great run up through the field. There you can see that 97 just now making his way off of turn number 2. 3.9 seconds, almost 4 seconds now off of Max Fonner as that battle begins to get a little bit more contested at the front. Let's jump back up here. Fonner look to the inside, going down into turn number 1. Not quite going to get there just yet. He'll stay tucked in line, tucked behind that 98 of Shelley. Through 3 and 4, once again, we got ourselves just 40 laps to go this time by. Hot and heavy action here at the front of the field. One of your only battles on track. We are watching Dakota Moniz begin to close in on the 22 of Gerald Duff, and also watching the 92 of Cody Reed walk down James Watson in that 36 machine. We'll keep an eye on both of those battles, but going to keep it right here at the front of this field as Fonner looks to the inside once again. Not going to get there by the time they work their way off of turn number 2. Here comes lap traffic off in front of your race leaders once again. 55 of Mark Wright, listed 2 laps down, is about to be in the mix here. We've only got ourselves 12 drivers left on the lead lap. A handful of drivers with some damage and some troubles here tonight, relegated back to the haulers. 19 drivers took to the grid. We still got 13 out there driving on the track. 13 drivers still pounding the pavement, but only 12 left on the lead lap. As you see, Mark Wright, their one and only driver out there on the track that is off of the lead lap, now listed 3 laps down as Shelley makes his way by. Has lap traffic come into play? Fonner gonna lose a little bit of ground now. 0.7 of a second gap for your race leader at the front of the field. That's what he needed. Give himself a little bit of breathing room, as now Fonner gonna have to push the envelope to get himself back to the rear bumper of Isaac Shelley last time around. Both drivers running a 23.97, so the lap time looking to become the same here. Looks like those fresh tires are no longer the advantage for that Max Motorsports Boston native. Fonner struggling to get back to the tail end of Shelley once again. Let's go back with another battle. How about we check this one out on the racetrack? Race fans, 22 of Gerald Duffin leading Dakota Moniz right here, 7th and 8th on the speedway as they head back down into turn number 1. Moniz looking to gain a handful of positions and trying to get back to a top 5 spot. The 5 was running in the top 5 at one point in time earlier here tonight. He's since had some trouble. You can see some damage on the front end of that HendrickCars.com. Number 5 Chevy Z01 Camaro. Moniz looking to find a little bit of speed in the late closing laps here tonight. He's got the 39 of James Watson beginning to close in. 3-car battle right here, 7th, 8th, 9th on the speedway, as Aaron Kralik still relegated to pit road. Still multiple laps down here tonight. Tough break for that Tide Chevy Z01 Camaro driver. Kralik looked to have a ton of speed underneath him inside of that Camaro, but unfortunately just not paying off for him and his crew. And now let's head back to the front. Oh no, we got a caution. We got a caution, trouble on the track. We're hearing the 92. There he is off of turn number 2 with some trouble. In my, how things have just changed. Caution flag flying with just about 30 laps remaining. We've got it queued up. Let's go. Let's see what happened here with Cody Reed. Oh, and it looks like down in turn 1, just the car getting super loose under braking and not being able to save it. Fortunately enough, did not slide back up the track, so minimizing the damage here for Reed, able to keep the machine clean. A little bit of contact and damage on the machine from some earlier on-track incidents, but able to keep it out of the outside wall this time around, and well, he'll keep it towards the front. Everybody gonna head down pit road, so we'll step away for just a brief commercial break and get ready to come back trackside with the run to the checkered flag. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And back trackside as the field begins to get double file. We'll get set to fire things off this time around. And here we go. I'm telling you, it's going to be a high octane, high action packed finish on tonight's Rowdy Richmond Knights 180 on the gas, and away from the field goes Isaac Shelley. Walterman going to get by Andrew D. Philippus, grab that third position away. Lap number 155 now underway. Final laps in tonight's race. Who's going to do anything with Isaac Shelley, who on these restarts, these few restarts we have had, look at that advantage. It's a 15 car length advantage, almost a 1 second gap back from Shelley to Fauner. Fauner really needed this thing to play out with those fresher, with the advantage on the fresh tires for him. Now, tires are even at the front of the field, and Isaac Shelley has turned on the afterburners. Fastest lap of the race turned in last time around. A 22:59 goes on the board for Isaac Shelley. Front of the field, clean track out front, and he is pounding the pavement, running qualifying times now here at Richmond Raceway with just 24. Now make that 23 to go. Man, I'm telling you, he has been class of the field, and it's going to be, at least for his team standpoint, it's going to be a big disappointment if he doesn't walk away with this checkered flag here. Dominating race performance here tonight. He has led all but 7 laps of tonight's race with just now 22 laps to go. Can the Premier Motorsports driver in that Premier 98 Toyota Camry keep it at the front of the field? Opened up a 1.5 second advantage over Max Fauner, who is dealing with Walterman. Now the Alpine Stars Monster Energy Chevy Z01 Camaro, the 75 tuned up, turned up, and looking for the second position. How about Andrew D. Philippus in that 97 machine? He's up 13 spots here tonight. Now rounding out that fourth position, Maurice Chameleon finishing out your top 5, but this is the big battle right now. Second, third, fourth on the racetrack. Fauner leads Walterman and D. Philippus off of 4. Clear track in front of Shelley right now. He's got nothing to worry about, and only the checkered flag to look forward to. 19 laps now remaining as Shelley crosses the finish line. Fauner starting to step away from Walterman and D. Philippus. He's going to leave those two drivers to battle it out amongst themselves. How about the battle going on behind D. Philippus between Martin Morales and Maurice Chameleon? The late Apex number 44 trying to keep that 91 machine back behind him in that 5th position. A hot and heavy contested battle for the final spot in top 5. Morales wants it. Chameleon not trying to give it up. The 5 of Dakota Moniz. He's had some trouble here tonight, but look at the solid recovery. Going to keep himself 6 positions from where he started here tonight outside of the top 10. Moniz runs in 7th. Going to go back and mention this man right here. Let's check him out on track as he's trying to take a position away from that 36 of Morris Bogan. Bogan with a pretty eventful night here tonight. He's ran pretty much all over this field. Inside the top 10, inside the top 5, inside the top 3. Bogan with some trouble multiple times here. He's going to find himself just inside the top 10 right here with Ryan Ferrero hounding him right now, looking for that 9th position. Eventful night as well for that 6 machine. The driver of that Toyota Camry, he's had his hands full all night long. You can see lots of scrapes, dings, and dents on the right side. Contact multiple times with the outside wall. He was caught up and involved in 2 of our on-track incidents here tonight. So tough run tonight for Ferraro, but it still should come out to give him a pretty solid finish here tonight. Still going to walk away with it. Looks like a top 10 finishing position. So as we are now down to the final 15 laps, let's transition back towards the front. Walter DeFilippis Chameleon still going at it. Gonna clue in and watch your biggest mover of the race so far here tonight. Up 13 positions from where he qualified. Almost shotgun Sally and tail end of the field. Andrew DeFilippis started all the way back in 17th position. The only two drivers started behind this 97 Chevy ZL1 Camaro, and somehow he has kept his machine clean through all the carnage and chaos. And oh, trouble for Walterman into the outside wall. Moved DeFilippis up one more position inside a podium spot. 12 laps remain, and Isaac Shelley continues to build the gap. Last time around, the fastest lap on the track, 23:20 out of your race leader Isaac Shelley. Fauner only turning in a 23:38, so still a 10th off of the pace of your race leader as Shelley stretching the legs at the tail end of tonight's race. Just 11 laps remaining. Man, you're going to have yourself some afterburner if you're going to want to run down Shelley for this race lead, or he's going to have some big-time trouble. Let's go back 2 or 3 cars behind DeFilippis. Now let's watch this battle unfolding between Gamillion, Morales, and Moniz. That's going to be 5th, 6th, 7th on the racetrack. Gerald Duffin just a little bit off pace there. You can see that 22 just lurking in the... Oh my gosh! All 4 tires coming off of the track. Did you see that hit by Walterman? Oh my gosh. Wow. That was a big time hit with less than 10 laps to go. Now we'll re-rack them, restack them, but let's go to the track racer replay. What happened to Walterman there? You can see him loose through 1 and 2, trying to drift the machine around and keep it caught, and nope, right into the outside wall. Gosh. Did you see that impact? Man, that is a huge lick. Let's look at it one more time here. There you can see him going down into the corner. Let's look at it happen right here, trying to save the machine. Oh my gosh. Nowhere to go for the 97. I believe that is the 97 that caught a piece of that late. Man. Oh, actually, that's the 91 of Martin Morales that was caught up and involved in that late race incident. Man, what a... Whew. That was a hard hit for Walterman. A hard lick for Morales as well. It's going to be tough to continue after that hard impact for both of those drivers. They're both somehow able to get the machines to pit road. But I'll tell you what it does do. It puts the end of tonight's race in the hands of the man that has dominated all night long inside of that 98 machine. Isaac Shelley going to have to redo it one more time. We'll have ourselves at least one more restart here tonight under the lights at Richmond International Raceway for the Rowdy Richmond Knights 180 right here in the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge. And what do you do? I mean, what do you do if oh my goodness, and what have we got here? Max Fauner elected to give up second position and fall way deep in the field. Now he came to pit road, got 4 fresh tires, but he will start outside row, 4th driver back in line in the 8th position. I don't know. I don't know, race fans. This late in the race, we'll have ourselves, I believe, 5, make that 4 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. So I don't know. I don't know if I like the call out of the crew chief on that one for Fauner. Isaac Shelley now going to have to contend with Andrew DeFilippis. Maurice Gamillion making his way into the top 3 now for the first time tonight. The 44 late Apex machine will make his way to 3rd for this restart. Gerald Duffin just to his outside. Back in row 3 for this latest restart, Morris Bogan and Ryan Ferrero gonna go at it in that third line. Row number 4 for the restart, James Watson, your final driver on the old tires, will have the Fast 51 with fresh Goodyears to his outside. In the 51 of Fonner, he's going to have to be on it here for the restart because we're only going to have 4 laps remaining before we see the checkered flag fly. Oh my goodness. And as we get set for these final few laps, if you haven't already, remember, race fans, show these drivers some love and appreciation, and as always, drop them that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back to the Turn 3 headquarters 7 days a week. Some great racing action being brought to you night after night. And we got ourselves one heck of a fight now. 4 laps to go. Wait for it. And green flag flies as Shelley nails the loud pedal and rips through the gears. He's got himself a half a second advantage already into turn number 1. Wheels stacking up now. Bonner not able to move anywhere with those fresh tires. There you can see him stacked up behind some of these damaged machines, behind some of the old tires. And I'm not sure if Fonner's going to be able to do much of anything as far as moving up through the field. He's actually going to lose 1 position on the restart now. Just 3 laps remaining. Bogan looking to the inside of Gamillion as Gamillion drops from 3rd to 4th. How about Bogan? Back inside a podium spot. We've seen that driver have multiple trouble here, multiple issues here tonight. Popsicle sticks now on display for your race hitter. Isaac Shelley, just 2 laps to go around this 3/4. Oh, and Gamillion trying to save the car, and caution will fly. Green, white checkered gonna come out. We're gonna have ourselves a green, white checkered finish here. We've seen it happen. Gamillion trying to save the machine and walking it right up the track and right into the side of Morris Bogan. That's going to bring our 6th caution flag of the night here tonight in the Rowdy Richmond Knights 180. Let's go check the replay on this one side by side down into turn number 1. Oh, a little bit of contact there. A little bit of contact on the entry. Caught the 44 out. Got him out of shape. More contact and then the hard contact with the outside wall. And oh, well, drivers not happy with each other, discussing things on track. There you can see a little bit of a, hey, bud, moment out of both of those drivers, and a tough break for both Bogan and Gamillion, who both looked like they were going to walk away with some very good finishes, and now they're going to find themselves behind the 8 ball and both outside of your top 10. Let's jump back up at the front of the field now as everybody begins to stack up once again. Man with the freshest tires on track. There's 2 of them that came down to pit road under our latest caution, our previous caution, I should say. Martin Morales in that 91 Ford Mustang, and the 51 of Max Fonner. Both of those drivers got their machines up a handful of positions. Going to restart 5th and 6th now. Moving a little closer to the front, but I don't think they're going to have time to make those fresh tires work. Shelley, DeFilippis, Duffin, Watson rounding out your top 4. And unless there's some big trouble into turn number 1 here, I think it's going to be hard-pressed for Morales or Fonner, either one of those 2 drivers, to get back to the front of the field and battle for the race lead. Fonner has been one of the fast drivers out there on the track, lap after lap, trying to run down your race leader, just not able to work his way around the traffic here late in the going. And we find ourselves under caution once again. The Sim Box Store caution flag will fly for the 6th time here tonight. 5th time for an on-track incident. We've seen 1 caution flag fly for the stage break way back at lap number 80. Stage winner, Isaac Shelley. Led the entire first stage, has led pretty much the entire night except for 7 laps here tonight. Whew, man, I'm telling you. if you're Isaac Shelley, you didn't want to see this latest caution flag fly, but if you are G. Philippus or Gerald Duff and even James Watson, you wanted to give yourself at least one more shot at it. See if you can get up through the gears on a restart and really give Isaac Shelley a run for his money at the end of tonight's race. And it looks like we're going to see some big battles now. You know, they say cautions breed cautions. Well, it's late race action now. Drivers got to lay it all out there. They got to put it all out on the line. Be willing to risk it for the biscuit. Doesn't matter what the situation is. They got to go out there and try to walk away with the checkered flag. Let's see the popsicle sticks on display with the pace car lights when the pace car dunks off this time around. Field back down into turn number 1, stacking up double file. Shelley, DeFilippis, row 1, Watson and Duffin back in row 2, Bonner and Morales back in row 3, Moniz and Reed in row 4, Walterman and Ferraro rounding out your top 10, and here we go, ready to go back. Green flag for your first official attempt at a green, white, checkered. The Opel Fuels 97 Camaro looks clean out there. Does he have the speed to do anything with? Shelley, as Shelley nails the gas and jumps away from the field. DeFilippis going to be left to battle for second for the time being. Shelley gave everybody by a half a second down into turn number 1. Andrew DeFilippis gets away from third place. It's going to be a battle down the back stretch for third, fourth, fifth. Watson Morales going at it. 91 going to take a position to caution. Caution flag flies once again. Caution flag flies once again here tonight from Richmond Raceway. Quick caution flag. And it looks like it's going to be a debris caution. Maybe track not quite getting clear here. No on-track incidents to bring out this latest caution flag of the night, but we do find ourselves back under caution. We'll have ourselves a second attempt at a green, white, checkered here tonight. Isaac Shelley, he's going to have to do it again. He is going to have to do it again. And what has happened to Max Bonner? He has faltered and fell through the field, not getting going on the restart. He's going to lose a handful of positions now and find himself way back in the field. There you can see that 51 tail end of this pack. Going to start all the way back in 12th here. 91 of Martin Morales. There you can see him on screen. He's got himself a little bit of damage on both the driver's side as well as the passenger side. No front bumper or grill on his machine. Not quite looking like a modified yet. Still has some of the quarter panels up above the tires. So still got a little bit of sheet metal on the front end. But Martin Morales, he's got some of the freshest tires here for this restart. He's going to restart now in 4th. And where does race leader Isaac Shelley, where does he elect to go on the restart? Does he stay at the bottom or go to the top once? Does he stay at the top or go to the bottom? I don't know, because if you start up top, you're going to have Morales with those fresh tires right behind you. If he's able to react to the restart, you could find yourself some company getting down to the turn number 1. I think if I was Shelley, I might elect that inside lane this time, just to try to put some distance between yourself in that 91 of Martin Morales. I don't know how much distance you're really going to be able to put in between yourselves, because he's going to start in that second row in the outside lane. It's all a matter of where this 98 of Shelley chooses to go for the restart. And I tell you what, we haven't been in the stands all night. Let's jump up there with the fans on the front stretch right here, looking back at the drivers coming down the back stretch and into turn number 3 for one of the final few times here tonight. And it looks like we will receive the one finger wave this time by. That's right, the boss man in the flag stand gonna wave that one finger. No, not that finger. The one finger, letting everybody know it's time to go back. Green flag racing. It's time to crank it up. It's time to get serious about it. Driver's been serious all night long, but now it comes down to this. What can you do in a short track shootout Saturday night setting right here from Richmond International Raceway? Driver's going to have 2 laps to try to capture the checkered flag. Everybody going to chase that 98 of Shelley as he's elected to take the outside lane. Shelley looking to fire off well. Once again, we'll wait for them to work their way through 4. Coming to the restart box, and away we go. Green flag flies as Shelley hits the loud pedal. He doesn't break away from the field as easily this time, but D. Philippus not letting him go. Philippus right there still on his trail. Shelley with a good run now out of the corner. Has himself a 0.3 of a second advantage. 2 laps to go. We're going to see the white flag fly this time by a different line. There it is. White flag fly. Final lap. It's the KL Customs. 1 to go right here in the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. That's going to be it down through the backstretch for the final time into turn 3. 98 of Isaac Shelley walks away with a dominating performance here tonight. Checkered flag in hand. And into victory lane for the first time this season. The 98 of Isaac Shelley walks away with the race win. How about the driver out of the Pennsylvania stable? A lot of great Pennsylvania drivers all over iRacing.com. And here Isaac Shelley going to show his hand here tonight. Dominating performance, leading every lap but 7, even the overtime laps. Isaac Shelley with the smoke show on the front stretch. And that's going to be it. We're going to head to a brief commercial break, get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. back trackside at the conclusion of the Rowdy Richmond Nights 180 right here from Richmond International Raceway, the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. What a night it was. What a performance by all of the drivers out there. But let's see if we can catch up and have a few words with some of the drivers walking away in podium positions. Let's see if we can dial up and talk to the man that walked away in, let's see if we can dial up the driver walking away in third here tonight. Let's see if we can have a few words with the man inside of that 91 machine. Martin, it's Dave. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, my man. How you doing? How you feeling after really a solid night and a big run up through the field, walking away with the final spot on the podium here tonight, walking away in the third position?
Tell you what, the middle of that race there wasn't looking too good. I burned up my tires on that long run, and the last 20 or so laps of that run, I just fell off like a rock and ended up getting lapped. So the cautions in the second stage really helped me out get back on track and get to where I could do better on the shorter runs.
Well, being better on the shorter runs really paid off towards the tail end of this race here tonight. Quick couple of successive cautions at the end of the night. Did you have anything on the restarts? Is there anything you could have done to maybe grab another spot?
I know for sure I didn't have anything for Shelly. He was fast all race, and I knew I didn't have anything for him. I was honestly surprised I got up as far as I did, just with all the stuff I went through. I got some damage in two of the incidents on the second portion of the race. But yeah, on the restarts, I seemed like towards the end there with the green white checkers, I got good jumps on each one and was able to, clear who I needed to and get to that third spot.
Well, man, it was definitely exciting to watch you come up through the field, gain 13 positions from where you started here tonight. So congratulations on the great run. Congratulations on the podium spot. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the race shop?
Yeah, I want to thank teammate Cody Reed. Helped keep me in the game there during the race because we both went through some stuff and we just kept giving each other words of encouragement. Keep going. Thank you for the broadcast, and thank the guys of the NAISCC, the admins getting this thing going, and having some fun racing out here.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium finish here tonight, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you in the next few weeks, maybe at Chicago, maybe New Hampshire, who knows, maybe even Talladega.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you go. Final few words from the man walking away with a podium here tonight. Happy with the fact that he was able to overcome some circumstances and walk away with a solid finish here tonight. Martin Morales walks away with third. That's going to move us right along in the running order. Let's see if we can now dial up the man that walked away with the second position, gained the most spots in tonight's race. Let's see if we can't dial him up. Let's see if we can't get a hold of that 97 of Andrew DeFilippis. This is Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, Dave.
Hey, man, thanks for the great racing action out there on the track tonight, man. Heck of a run for you and your 97 crew. I mean, you started tail end of the field, basically. You gained the most positions throughout the night, up 15 spots all the way to second. Man, how close was it?
I'll tell you what, with the season we're having, this definitely feels like a win. First of all, congratulations to Isaac and Martin as well for the third place finish without a bumper. That's impressive. We were just fighting tight condition all day, especially coming out of two. So I was just trying to keep the right front tire on it. The car definitely got better as the race went on, and we made a lot of moves there on that long green flag run. But it got pretty good at the end. I wasn't sure if we had anything for Isaac, but made a little bit of a run on that last green white checker, but just not enough to get him.
Yeah, you were making some moves pretty much all night long. You were able to keep that 97 machine fairly clean. We don't remember seeing you in any on-track incidents. So first and foremost, how were you able to keep that machine so clean with making your way through the field, making as many passes as you have?
Well, I think we're down to our last car, so I didn't really have a choice. But no, just the long green flag run really helped. That's we're better than normal on old tires, so that helped. Long green flag run, got a pit stop in, got 4 feel goods on it, and we were able to make some moves there.
Absolutely. Well, Andrew, you said this is going to help kind of change your season around a little bit of a rough go through these first 5 races, a solid podium finish here tonight. Walking away with second. Do you think we can expect to see you in these next upcoming races? We're heading to Chicago, New Hampshire, and then, the big Casino Royale of them all, Talladega Super Speedway in 3 short weeks. Do you think we can expect to see you in these post-race interviews again, or maybe even one spot better, parked in victory lane?
If there is one, I would say Chicago is probably one of my best tracks. So there's something to be said about momentum, and we've got pretty good momentum right now. So we'll see what happens next week.
Absolutely, my man. Well, again, congratulations on the great run here tonight under the lights at Richmond International Raceway, gaining 15 positions. Biggest mover of the night, walking away second, and hoping to continue that momentum into next week at Chicago. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Just Opal Fuels for letting me do this, the NAISCC for putting on a good show, and you as well, thank you for putting us out there, letting us do what we do.
Absolutely, my man. Well, we appreciate the kind comments. I know the admins and race officials do, and I know all the fans back in the stands and all the ones around the country and the world watching here tonight, enjoying the great racing action. Andrew, again, congratulations on second place here tonight, and we'll see if we can't talk to you next week at Chicago.
Yep, thank you, Dave. Hopefully I'll see you soon.
All right, there you have it. Andrew DeFilippis walking away in second here tonight, trying to turn his season around. Great way to begin things, getting ready to carry off into one of his self-proclaimed better racetracks, Chicagoland Speedway, coming up next week. Andrew going to look to hopefully continue the momentum and maybe finish one spot further up in the running order and take the checkered flag next week. But for now, he'll finish in second, and that's going to lead us right down to victory lane. Let's talk to the man that was head and shoulders above the field. Man, Isaac, how hot are those tires and how warm are your feet just pounding the pavement the way you did tonight?
Yeah. I mean, it just feels good after 2 weeks ago, man. It just feels really good. But yeah. Yeah, the tire wear was huge. Just managing your rubber throughout the whole race was what you had to do to win. And I knew we would be a factor tonight, but I really found something in practice, and I was just able to carry it the whole way through the race. And I mean, Sonoma, we were dominant, but this was a whole nother level of just I don't even know. It was crazy.
Yeah, you definitely found something, man. I mean, you were just gone tonight.
Yeah, it was crazy. That first stage, we were just, I mean, every corner just picking up a 10th every now and then, and yeah, it was really the exit of 1 and 2 is what I noticed. So personally, is like where we gained the most time. Like it was just, I don't know. I don't know if I was able to get the power down a lot better than everyone else, if I was rolling the center better, but yeah, it was nuts. I got a bit nervous there at the end. I kind of started having flashbacks to Sonoma, like, I'm going to throw this away. But, yeah, we hung on.
Yeah, you hung on to the top spot, not just for the final restart, but for the final few. You were able to grab the gear and get on the gas and get away from the field. Give yourself a little bit of breathing room over those final few laps. But I want to shift a little bit of focus to the season standings coming into tonight's race. You walked into Richmond here tonight, 13 points out of the race lead. Ryan Bird not in the field here tonight. You walk away with a race win, so I believe that's going to catapult you right into the top spot in the season standings next week at Chicago. You got yourself a race win now, so you're secured into the championship run That's a little bit of a ways down the road, but now secure into that championship run. How do you approach these next 3 races, Chicago, New Hampshire, and Talladega? Is it all about winning now, or are you just going to try to stay consistent and stack a few points?
I don't know, we're locked in. Like you said, we're locked in the championship run, so just try and keep winning more races. I'm not really sure how Chicago and New Hampshire is going to run for us. I wouldn't say I'm great at Chicago, and I've never turned a lap in New Hampshire. So, and Talladega is obviously Talladega. So, but yeah, we still have a long ways to go in the season and a lot of great tracks for us. So I don't think this is hopefully it's not the last time that we're in victory lane. But yeah, just really really proud, and Premier Racing Graphics. Toyota was fast, and Alex and JT did a great job just coaching me through the whole night. And sucks our teammates couldn't make it. They had plans, or couldn't make it tonight. But glad I could carry our banner for us tonight.
Absolutely. Well, Isaac, again, congratulations on your first win of the season. We hope it's the first of many more to come. We'll look forward to trying to catch up with you here in the next few weeks. But before we let you go, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the race shop?
Yeah. Alex for being a great spotter. He really helped me tonight, just managing my tires, managing my gap. JT helped me, just stay cool, calm, and collected the last, couple restarts. Thompson, Jarrett, sucks I couldn't make it tonight. But, yeah, and happy Mother's Day to all the great moms out there, especially mine. Love her, and, yeah.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on the race-winning, dominating performance here tonight under the lights at Richmond Raceway, and we'll try to catch up with you in the next few weeks. Until then, my man, stay safe and keep it fast.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the man that was worried about throwing away the race win, having flashbacks of a few weeks ago when he was leading, and then a little bit of a struggle in the final few laps. Isaac Shelley gave away a race win, but now dominating performance here tonight from Richmond International Raceway in the rowdy Richmond Knights 180. Isaac Shelley parks it in victory lane. Man, what a night, what a race, dominating performance out of that 98. A lot of great racing action all over the track all night long. Handful of caution slowed things down at the end of tonight, but nonetheless still a barn burner of a race right here at Richmond International Raceway. And with the producers hitting those familiar tunes in the background, you know the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with the checkered flag in the top spot in the rowdy Richmond Knights 180, the 98 of Isaac Shelley. Andrew D. Philippus brings that 97 home in second, and rounding out your podium drivers here tonight, the 91 of Martin Morales. Cody Reed, James Watson round out the top 5. Morris Bogan back in 6th with Maurice Gamillion walking away in 7th. Sliding home in 8th will be Max Vonner. 55 of Mark Wright overcomes some adversity and finishes in 9th position. Rounding out your top 10 is 75 of Dylan Walterman. Ryan Ferreira right there in 11th, 12th place tonight to the 5 of Dakota Moniz. Gerald Duffin back in 13th. Aaron Kralik 14th, 15th position to the 53 of Dave Bush. Mark Demon back in 16th, 17th tonight belongs to William Downham and Sean Huffstetler. Rounding out your running order, Patrick Hernandez down the hall in race control. So we do want to give a tip of the cap and a show of appreciation to everything that Patrick was doing here tonight. A little bit of a quiet night for him until we got to the final few closing moments of tonight's race. But what a race we had. What a race it was here tonight from Richmond Raceway for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. And that's going to be it for us. We're going to begin to wind up and roll up the cords, flip off the lights, and get ready to head to Chicago for next Saturday night's race action. What a night it was. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. As always, join us in that push to 3,000. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live. And, well, that's going to be it for us up here in the production booth in the Turn 3 Racing Network. Until next time, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until then, we'll meet you in Turn 3.